Thank you is one of the phrases that most of us learn in the very first step of our social life. However, we somehow start to feel tiresome to say this word and ignore them. The next space traveler, Takara, luckily had an opportunity to notice this problem. So naturally, he got most of the information from his own strong experience. He hopes you guys enjoy his idea and speech.
Now, we are ready for departure. Please make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Let us welcome today's second space traveler. The second space traveler is Mr. Takara Nishida from University of Tokyo. He will deliver his speech under the title of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. So Mr. Nishida, please come onto the stage and launch your rocket to the frontier.
Thank you, all Rikyo ESS organizers, my dear judges, and audience who woke up bright and early and came here to watch the Williams Cup. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you, masters of ceremonies, distinguished judges, and timekeepers. When beginning a speech, like my previous speaker, Mr. Nishimura, also said so, all of us say these thank you phrases. But have you ever asked yourself, why did I just say this word? Probably not, right? Most of us say thank you because society tells us to do so. Thanking others. How many of you here think thank you is essential in this world? Please raise your hands. No? Okay, as I have believed, thank you is thought to be an essential word in our lives. However, here's the problem. Most of us say empty, meaningless thank yous instead of meaningful thank yous. So I'm standing here today to serve as a trigger for saying more meaningful thank yous to our loved ones, to make the day a bit better, a bit more smile within us. But why does our thank yous become so empty? It is because the society normalizes the word so much and makes appreciation an expected type of activity. According to a survey conducted by Nestle, the number of thank yous we say in a day is 7.5 times a day. Only 7.5 times in 24 hours. Furthermore, the number we recognize someone saying thank you to us is only 4.3 times a day, showing that only 2/3 of our thoughts are properly conveyed to those we care so much. Although we seem to know that thanking others is important, we seem to take others' help for granted, risking our relationships to become superficial and fake ones. So, in order to stop taking others for granted and to convey them our true feelings, we have to reconstruct the way we say these words. And since human beings rely on each other to live, saying thank you is indispensable. Don't you think that being able to appreciate the true power and meaning of this word would surely brighten up someone's day? Your meals would taste much, much better with this kind of mindset. As for me, I currently live alone in Tokyo. Every morning I fight with my sleepy head and make myself a meal. And then comes the laundry. Somehow my laundry multiplies itself, and before I know it, my room is a total mess. And then comes the bed making, and then the room cleaning. There are countless things I have to do just to live like an ordinary person. However, back in my house in Osaka, my mom magic solved everything. Every day, when I got home, what I saw in front of me was somehow natural. A warm meal to eat, a hot bath, a neatly prepared bed in a fully air-conditioned room readily waiting for me. Stupid of me to think like this, isn't it? And so, yes, as most of you know, thank you. Living alone is different. So, after I noticed this, I really immediately wanted to show my mom how I understood how she had supported me. And last July came the window of opportunity. Having a speech contest near my house in Osaka, before leaving my home, I walked up to my mom and said, "Thank you," with my sincere feelings. And after giving that to her, my mom was smiling in front of me, looking back, in tears of joy. My heart felt so warm, gaining a sense of satisfaction and relief. A satisfaction from finally being mature enough to be able to notice things, what my mom had been doing for me. And a sense of relief for finally being able to lift that ongoing sense of guilt. And here, finally, being able to appreciate from the bottom of my heart, I successfully became a thank giver. And also, being a thank giver allowed me to notice that how my life had been supported by so many invisible, silent supporters. Recently, I came to notice and started saying thank you to the fact that every morning, someone cleans up the dirty road on Shibuya I walk on every day. So, realizing these facts really made me think that now is the time for me to convey my thoughts of meaningful thank yous. But how? How can we do so? How can we become thank givers? Firstly, try to make a specific goal for finding things that you can thank. And I especially recommend you have a number after goal. Just once a meal or once a day is even okay. And as for step 2, try and imagine the person in your heart when you say thank you. By reminding yourself that someone had actually done something for you, your thank yous would become much more meaningful. So now, please, let's practice part 2 right now, right here. I know the guy or lady sitting next to you is someone you know looking at this speech. So, please, look them in the face right now. And then imagine one thing they did to help you today. Okay? Okay? And then say, thank you. Now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. And now, please, let me end the speech also with my thank yous. Thank you again, Masters of Ceremonies, distinguished judges, and timekeepers, for listening to my speech. Thank you, my ESS seniors, especially Mr. Chen Jing is somewhere, who devoted their time so much on me, teaching what speech is all about. Thank you, my dear friends in and out of ESS, especially Hinako and Ali somewhere, for letting me and making me laugh every day. And of course, with my greatest respect, thank you, my dear audience, for listening to my meaningful thank yous.
Next is a question and answer period. Mr. Fosca, please.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for your speech.
Thank you very much.
You mentioned some numbers in your speech. So how many times should we say thank you in one day? What's the target number that we should aim for?
Okay, thank you for the question. And I think that it really depends on like the current situation that you are, like how often you are saying thank yous, because there is no specific number that we should target, and of course there is no meaning in like me saying that you should thank others at least 10 times a day, because first of all, I think it's important to like grasp how many times you are saying meaningful thank yous right now in the current situation, and set the goal a little bit higher than that.
Okay. Can you give me some examples of places where we don't say thank you that we should?
Okay. Like for example, as for me, like right now, because like the speakers today passed the elimination round, so like we're kind of proud of ourselves, and like we're like, oh, like yeah, of course we're here because we worked hard on speech, and like forget saying thank you for all the like organizers who worked hard to have this contest. So like for example, for me, I would have to say thank you to all the organizers before being proud of myself.
Okay. Can you maybe illustrate the difference between thank you and meaningful thank you?
So like I think some of you are thinking that, yeah, I am saying thank you, because like, for example, when we buy something in the convenience store, like we would, like I think most of you would say like, oh, I have to stop. Like, but that's not a really meaningful thank you. You're just saying the thank you as a, thing that you, like you're not even thinking about saying thank you. Like your body and mouth just says thank you. That is not a meaningful thank you. So like just one more second, take one more second, and like think about what the person had done for you, and like that would be it.
So then, with the convenience store example, like how can I turn it into a meaningful thank you when I'm at the convenience store?
Okay, so like we can't, like there is no meaning for me to like making someone say meaningful thank yous by specifying how they appear from like my perspective. It's like the important part is like you yourself thinking about the person in front of you. So like I can't specify how you would look when you are saying meaningful thank yous, but like, for example, you might look them in the eyes straight, or like, yeah, have a
I'm very
smile.
sorry, but the time has expired.
Thank you
Thank you very much, Mr. Fosca, and thank you very much, Mr. Nishida.